Welcome, writers, readers, and friends to the Authors Talking Bookish podcast. I'm Donna Norman Carbone, author of All That Is Sacred.
And I'm Hope Gibbs, author of Where the Grass Grows Blue.
We're two debut writers traditionally published by a small publishing house, bringing to you all the experiences that we as authors learn the hard way, so you don't have to.
We'll give you insights from the inception of a book idea to publication and beyond. And along the way, we'll share our love of books from the writer's perspective.
Welcome back, friends. This is episode 50. Super excited about this episode. It is called 50 and Fearless, Hope and Donna Unfiltered. So we decided for our 50th episode, we're just going to ask each other. We've got 50 questions and we're going to go through them real quick. My name is Donna Carbone and I'm joined by Hope Gibbs. Hi, Hope.
Hey, Donna. Hey, congratulations on our 50th podcast.
I know. Congratulations to you too. This is awesome.
Who would have thought? Who would have thought?
I know. We made it to 50. It feels like a huge milestone, doesn't it?
It does. It really does. Again, I'll never forget the day when you called and the day that we had a Zoom call with our dear friend Grace, who helped us. And she asked us some tough questions because we were like, oh, we're going to do a podcast. And she said, but what is your mission?
Yeah.
And she said, and then we both were like, to put out a podcast.
Yeah.
But by the end of that, she had exactly what we knew. We wanted to share insights of all the things that we learned the hard way, so you don't have to. And before long, we started working with Canva, did some graphics, got some music. So here we are.
I know we've come a long way. We've learned a lot.
Yes, we have learned a lot. Again, if you had told me 5 years ago I would be a podcaster on the side, I would have said, "What's a podcaster?" So, yeah.
Same.
So, how's your summer going? We are in the middle of July, so
my summer is going great.
How's everything up in Connecticut?
Great, fantastic. I went to Aruba at the end of June, and I'm trying to think. I just lost my train of thought. I'm sorry.
Well, I went to Aruba not long ago, and I could not get over how warm it is because it is almost close to South America. I didn't realize how far south Aruba was.
Yeah, it's breezy though. So I really enjoyed that. And it's been a really nice summer after lots of rain. I welcome the sunshine every day that we have it. And I'm doing a super fun thing for my birthday coming up. And so I can share it with you. It's a shot party. Have you ever done a shot party?
Oh, no, don't. Okay. Not sure what that is. I'm not familiar with that.
Explain. So I have a big birthday coming up that I don't even want to admit how old I am. So a shot party is everybody who comes to the party, they bring a beverage shot, but also the food in shot glasses or small glasses, like cocktail cups or something of that nature. So it's going to be just this variety of all different kinds of shots.
Wow. So you have to bring the drink, but you have to bring the corresponding.
Yeah. So you have to bring like an appetizer or dessert, or I mean, I've seen like little baby hamburgers in shot glasses. So yeah.
Oh my gosh. I would wonder what I would bring as a former Kentuckian. I'm sure I'd have to bring something with bourbon.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, I'm still thinking about mine. So, yeah, I'm excited about it.
I love it.
Yeah.
So what are you reading right now? What's keeping you up at night?
Actually, I just finished reading a book, but I'm just about to start Every Precious and Fragile Thing by Barbara Davis. I read a book by her a long time ago, and it had something to do with a bookstore. I don't remember the name of it exactly. But it was so cool. And I know I talked about it on the podcast.
Yes.
It was about a woman who owned a bookstore where they refurbished old books. And she had this secret power that when she picked up the books, she could feel the emotion of the reader who had last read the book. It was a wonderful book by Barbara Davis. So I would look it up. Something about an old bookstore. I can't remember exactly what it was. I'm really bad at that. But the story stayed with me. It was great. So I'm excited to read this one.
I will say this cover
Isn't
has
it?
got my attention, and
Yeah.
there's something about it. I'm gonna have to
I
pick
love
that
the
one up.
black and the blue together. I
Yeah, I
think
love
it's
that.
stunning.
Yeah.
What are you reading?
So I just finished this book called Light of the Fire by Sarah Lynn
Oh,
Brock. Now,
Sarah, we had her
yes,
on.
so you and I interviewed her a little while back, and I didn't have the opportunity to read that book before we interviewed her, but I read it and I was able to interview her for Bookish Road Trip. And let me tell you, it's such a great book. It's two girls. Something happens at the beginning of this book. They accidentally have set fire to their school gymnasium, and
Mhm.
they were both two soccer players, and it was a prank that went bad, but they didn't come forward and someone else got blamed for it. And it completely changed that person's life. And then you go 20 years later, they're no longer friends, but one of them comes back and the other one never left. And it's just a very interesting, like, it's not like just a second chance romance. It's a second
Mm.
chance friendship, because there's
Yeah.
a lot of baggage between these two characters. And I got to say, I read it, I think, in 2 days. It is a perfect beach read. It'll really get you thinking about how, as a mom, I have 5 children, and I always say, one mistake, one thing could completely change your life forever. And this book is like completely, it's like a cautionary tale, and I just loved it. I can't recommend it enough. So if you haven't read it, go out
Yeah,
and
it's definitely on my TBR, and it reminds me a lot of Jennifer Klepper's new book, The Last Road Trip.
yes,
So
that's on my list.
if you haven't read that one and you liked this
Yeah.
one, let's flip-flop.
I love it.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
let's get to why we're here. So this is our 50th episode, 50 and Fearless, Hope and Donna Unfiltered. So we're going to ask each other 50 questions. So that is
Mhm.
our goal. That is what we're going to try to do. And that way you can kind of get a little bit more insights about us, and about us, not just as writers or podcasters, but who we are.
Yeah,
So are you ready, Donna?
I'm ready.
Okay, so question number 1. Where is one place you would love to write?
I would love to write on the coast of Santorini, Greece. I went there a year ago. I didn't bring my laptop, but we had this beautiful like veranda, and I wished I had my laptop so I could just sit there and spend a day writing.
Love it.
Yeah.
Okay, question
Okay.
2.
What's a movie you've watched more than 5 times?
There are hundreds of movies, but don't look bad at me, but Armageddon. It's
That's not
it's a
bad.
terrible movie. There's so many plot holes, and it's so funny. I saw Affleck. He had a interview, and he was talking to the writer director, and he was like, "Wouldn't it have been easier to train astronauts to become drillers instead of the other way around?" And Michael Bay was like, "Stop! Don't talk to me about it." Yes, it makes no sense. It's not the greatest movie ever, but if it's on, I'm watching.
You know what? It has one of my favorite Aerosmith songs as the theme song.
I don't want to miss a thing. Yeah.
Love it. Love it.
Yeah. Okay. So that's something you know about me. I like cheesy movies.
Okay.
Number 3. Okay. Did you have a dream job as a kid other than writing?
Yes, I had 2. Neither one of them would I have been good at, but I dreamed of being an actress because I had a flair for drama. And I also wished that I could have been a singer because I used to sing at the top of my lungs whenever I could. And now the only places I sing are in the car and the shower.
Wow. Okay. We got that in common. Okay. 4.
Okay, 4. Are you more of a planner or do you like to go with the flow?
I used to be such a planner.
Mhm.
But now that I've gotten in my 50s, I'm more of a go with the flow person. Shocking my children. I'm kind of more of the more relaxed one now.
That's
Yeah.
awesome. That is very
Okay. Number 5. When and where do you write best?
So I write best in the morning and I write best right here where I am right now. So if you're watching on YouTube, you can see. If you're not on YouTube, I'm in an office on the second floor of my house, and I am surrounded by graffitied walls with all my favorite quotes and a wall unit of books with all my favorite books.
Okay. Number 6.
Do you prefer cozy nights in or wild nights out?
100% cozy night. By 6 o'clock every night, I'm in my little cheetah print pajamas and I'm ready to go to bed. And you know what? I was that way at 16. I was that way at 30. I want cozy.
You know what's funny?
Yeah.
Because we've known each other for a while, you are one of the most social people that I know. And so
I'm
that's,
social, but I like to be at home at night.
yeah.
I do. I do. I do. Okay. Number 7. If you had a time machine, ooh, this is good. Would you visit the past or the future?
I would visit the past.
Okay.
Yeah.
Really?
And not even my past. I would go back. I
How
would go
far
to the
back?
Victorian.
How far
I would
back would you want to go?
I would go to the Victorian era.
Okay.
I am a believer of past lives, which is something else that you might
Yes.
not know about me. I'd like to know who I was in the Victorian era because I'm convinced I lived in England during the Victorian era.
Oh, wow. Okay. Number 8.
How many novel ideas do you have in your head right now?
5.
Awesome.
That's all
Love
we're going to
that.
go there because getting 5 out on paper, that's different. So, number 9, if you could live anywhere in the world for a year, where would it be?
I would live in Tuscany.
Oh, yeah.
I loved it there. I felt so zen there.
Yeah. I went
Yeah.
to Tuscany and I loved it too until I was going out on a walk and the hotel people warned me about wild boar. And my
Oh,
husband's like, oh, no, 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 that's not going to happen. And sure enough, we saw some. And yeah, so
wow.
I might have
I didn't
panicked a
see
little
any
bit.
there. I don't think I
Yeah.
did.
Yeah,
Mm.
trust me, they're there. But
Oh,
Tuscany, beautiful.
yeah, it's gorgeous.
Okay, number 10.
What is the most difficult aspect of being an author?
Not enough time to do everything. I
Yeah.
think right now I'm doing podcasts, which I love,
Mhm.
promotion, but I'm not doing enough writing. So for me, it's time.
Yeah.
Okay, number 11. What is something that we might not know about you?
What is something that you might not know about me? I am 4'11".
I know. And I'm 5 foot and or 5 feet. I'm not taller than anyone. And when we met, I'm like, am I the tall one in this relationship?
You're
So
taller than me.
yeah, I know. I look down on you and I never look down on anyone. So, okay, number 12.
What has been the biggest surprise on your author journey so far?
That anyone read my book. I
Oh,
know that sounds crazy, but
I know.
when I was
I
writing, I
get
never
it.
it didn't dawn on me that it was ever gonna get out there. But then when people that I'm not related to or kinda they are obligated to read my book, it's the people that I never thought in a million years would read my book. And that
Yeah.
and actually connecting with readers. That's the best part.
Yeah. Yeah.
It
I
it
agree.
really is. Okay, 13. What does your ideal weekend look like? I think I know this one.
It's over the summer, and I will have my feet in the sand and the sun over my head, and I might go on a sunset boat cruise.
I love that. Even
Yeah.
though I'm getting better with boats. Okay, number 14.
What is the sexiest book you've ever read?
I don't even think it was the sexiest, but probably the one that I was most embarrassed to read was I did read 50 Shades of Grey.
Me
I'm
too.
not necessarily saying it's sexiest, like to me, like the most sexiest in the way that I love the love affair or the lack thereof is the age of innocence. So to
Yeah,
me, I like that kind of speed. But yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I read 50 Shades of Grey.
I did too. I
Yeah.
thought they got better as they went on.
Don't judge me. Okay, number 15. Can you share the most touching feedback you've received from writers?
Yeah. Um, I someone reached out to me and said to me, I feel, and this was about All That Is Sacred. I feel like you wrote the book about my own friendship, and it was so healing. And that just really touched me.
Oh, love that. Okay, 16.
What celebrity would you love to have dinner with, alive or dead?
This one's hard
I
because
know.
there's
So
so many I
many,
would like to,
right?
but I I'm just going to put it. I mean, a celebrity's hard. That one's hard. I would love to have dinner with like a politician. I would have loved to have had dinner with Jimmy Carter. I met him. He's not really a celebrity,
Oh,
but yeah, that one's hard. There's too
yeah,
many.
I
I mean,
know.
hey, I'm not going to pass up a good dinner invitation. So,
Yeah.
okay, number 17. If you could have a
Mhm.
do-over, what would you think you would do differently?
Before I got married, I would have lived in Europe for a year or
Oh,
so. Yeah.
I like
And
that.
I wish I had done that. Yeah.
Okay, number 18.
Okay. Do you prefer podcast music or silence when driving?
I know we have a podcast, but I'm a music girl because in my mind, in my shower, in my car, I am Mariah Carey. So, yep, that's me. Number 19. What is your most ambitious goal?
I would love to have one of my books made into a movie.
Oh, gosh, that would be great. 20.
20. What's the last song you had on repeat?
July by Noah Cyrus.
Love
I'm
that.
loving it. That and Last Dance by um, Kramer. Oh my gosh, I've gone completely blank. Floyd Kramer, who's like
Mhm.
in the 1960s. It's a instrumental.
Oh,
I have weird musical taste. I
yeah.
love it all. So
I love it. I love the note on Noah Cyrus song though.
love that song. Okay, number 21. How many books do you see yourself publishing?
I always said I would like to publish at least 5.
Okay, 22.
What's something people would be surprised to learn about you?
That my first name legally is not Hope. It is my middle name. My parents let my brother and sister name me. My sister named me Hope after a soap opera character. Yep, 1970s. Let your children name the baby. My first name is Donetta, named after my brother's first grade girlfriend. So, yes. So, even
Mhm.
though I am Hope Gibbs, I am Hope Comiskey. My first name is Donetta.
Something else we have in common,
I
kindred,
know. I
right?
know.
Yeah.
Okay, 23. If you could have a deep conversation with any author, dead or alive, who would it be?
It would be Virginia Woolf. I know that I've mentioned her many times
You
on
really
this
like her, yeah.
podcast. I do. She had a brilliant mind, and I think she was a little crazy too.
Yeah.
And so, yeah. So anyway, it would definitely be
24.
her. If you could instantly master one skill not writing, what would that be?
Golf right now because my whole family plays it and I'm the worst by far.
I just saw your post
No,
on,
I'm
was it?
terrible.
I know. Did you do a story about it? About golf
Yes.
being hard?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'll put it on our show notes because that's
Yeah.
literally because I play tennis and I like it and I picked up tennis pretty okay, okay. Golf,
Yeah.
no.
I took
Okay.
golf lessons, but I like driving the cart more than I like playing. Just
Yeah,
me.
I'd rather have a glass of wine than play. Um, I look like I'm playing after a glass of wine. I'm that bad. Okay. Are you more of a beach person or a mountain person?
I feel like everybody who watches this podcast is gonna know, definitely a beach person.
100%.
Yeah.
Okay.
What
26.
what's weird one weird talent or party trick that you have?
I can pick up almost any object with my toes.
Oh, cool.
I know it's weird, but I have
Mm.
super long toes and I pick up things instead of bending down. It's a weird thing. I can't
Hmm.
help it. Okay, number 27. What is your quirkiest writing habit?
That's a hard one. Um, I don't know if this is quirky or not, but I never ever finish a writing session at the end of anything. I always finish it in the middle of a scene.
You've told me that, and I think it's actually we'll talk about that another podcast, but it's actually a good reason. So,
Yeah. Yeah.
28.
28. What's the name of your first pet?
Brownie, a little dog.
Oh, how cute.
I loved Brownie. Yeah.
Oh, that's
And my second dog was
adorable.
Pudding. So I guess I had like a food thing with dogs. So who knows? But yeah, Brownie. Okay, number 29. If
Mhm.
you could swap lives with someone for one day, who would it be?
Ooh, that's a really good question. Because there's so many different ways that you can go. Like I'm thinking author, celebrity, somebody who's successful. Um, I'm gonna say Meryl Streep. I admire her.
I love her. Wish I could
Yeah.
act like her too.
Yeah. I have such I think I would really like her in person.
I think so too.
Mhm.
Number 30.
What's one item you'd save if your house was on fire besides people or pets?
Oh, um, a teacup that my grandmother gave me.
Oh,
And
that's
I don't
sweet.
drink tea, but I used to arrange flowers in it as a little girl. So
Oh, that's really nice.
yeah. So and but I would also try to maybe save some jewelry, but yeah. So yeah. So number 31.
Mhm.
What is something quirky? You keep getting the quirky ones.
Yeah.
Do you do to prep for interviews for our podcast?
Well, this might be quirky. I don't know. I always have a teaspoon of honey before a podcast because my voice is really raspy and sometimes it gets super dry when I'm talking.
Oh,
So I do that to help me.
I like that. I did not know that one. Okay.
Yeah.
Number
Yeah.
32.
What's your favorite holiday and why?
Thanksgiving. It's a toss up between Thanksgiving and Easter, but Thanksgiving because I love to cook. I love to entertain for my family. I love to do the whole flowers. I do all the food myself, and the pressure with Christmas, I don't have to worry about all the gifts.
Yeah.
So for me, it's Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
Okay, 33.
Mhm.
What's one thing on your bucket list that you have not done yet?
Um, Going to Northern England, Ireland, and Scotland, which I hope will be my next trip.
Nice. I've never been that way either. So
Yeah, love that.
34.
Okay, this one's a fill in the blank.
Oh no.
Writing makes you feel blank.
Oh gosh, this one's really hard. I would say, I don't want to say happy and it makes me fulfilled, but it makes me feel confident.
Yeah, that's
So,
awesome. That's awesome. It
so
should. You're
number
good
30.
at it.
Yeah, oh, well, thank you.
Mhm.
Number 35. If you
Mhm.
had to eat one meal for the rest of your life, what would it be?
Pizza.
Okay, I got to know what's on your pizza.
Well, I like all different things on my pizza, but probably my favorite pizza is a white clam with pre-cooked bacon.
Huh, I like that. Never
Yes.
tried that.
Oh my god, it's so good. You have to come to one of the pizza places in New Haven sometime. If you come here, I will take you because New Haven has the absolute best pizza ever, and they have amazing clam pizza.
Well, that's what we got to do. I'll come to Connecticut, and then
Yeah.
you come to Nashville, and I'll take
Yeah.
you, and we'll get hot chicken.
Yeah, that sounds good. Love
Yeah.
it. I'm dying to know this question. What's the most rebellious thing you did as a teenager?
Okay, I was a square peg in high school. I wasn't very rebellious. I was pretty tame, but I
Yeah.
had a knack for toilet papering yards. So,
Oh,
yes, my friends and I, we were kind of like a little toilet paper gang. We were really good at it, actually. So yeah, I was that girl.
wow.
Yeah. Didn't
Huh.
really do other girls' yards. It was always guys that we kinda had crushes on. Yeah, so yeah, I know that sounds kinda nerdy, but yeah, that
That's
was
an interesting way to get their attention.
yeah, like, what's a better way of waking up on a Saturday morning and your whole, yard is full of toilet paper, so, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, number 37, who was your childhood hero?
Well, I think I'm gonna pick somebody who isn't like a hero, I guess, in the traditional sense, because I'm not like a superhero kind of person at all.
Yeah,
But this is somebody I totally looked up to and admired and wanted to be, Judy Garland. I
really?
loved her, loved her, and I think I want it because she when I got older, I realized what a sad life she had. But I didn't know that then. I think I just wanted to be her in The Wizard of Oz.
Love it. I did not know that you had such an affinity for the Wizard of Oz.
Yes, I do.
Okay, number 38.
If you weren't writing women's fiction, what genre would you write?
Dystopian future, like dystopian,
Yeah.
sci-fi. I actually had an idea for a dystopian sci-fi kind of, yeah. You know me, I like a good end of the world kind of
I know.
story.
Well,
So
maybe you should try that out sometime.
maybe. Number 39. I know this one from you, but do you believe in astrology and what's your sign?
Yes, I do. And I am a proud Leo.
Yes. I'm a proud Libra. Number 40.
Okay. What's one app on your phone you cannot live without?
Canva. Quite frankly, I use Canva all the time.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's the one. You know, you can't say texting as an app, but I would
Right.
say useful being an author, Canva
Yeah.
and my Kindle app because I'm that weird person that reads my Kindle on my phone. So,
Yeah.
yes. Number 41. What one author do you try to emulate with your own writing?
All right. I'm not gonna say Virginia Woolf because I've said her too many
I feel
times.
like we've got to do a podcast on her.
I know, right?
Yeah.
Um, I'm gonna say Anna Quinlan. I really admire her as a writer.
Okay.
Yeah.
Number 42.
Okay. What's your guilty pleasure TV show or movie?
Well, I mean, I already told you Armageddon is kind of my guilty pleasure, but don't judge me. But I am a sucker for one of those Real Housewives series. Now, I watch Beverly Hills and, you know, the OC. I don't watch all of them, but it kills my husband. But I love a Real Housewife. It's mindless entertainment.
You know, I like mindless entertainment too, but I've never watched one of those.
Don't get started because you know you start you won't stop.
Yeah, I
So
feel like I get sucked
number
in.
43. What is your favorite childhood memory?
You know what? We had a house and in the backyard we had a chicken coop, which was an old, like deserted chicken coop. So the people who lived there before us had chickens. And so me and my brother and sister you made it like our little clubhouse and we like created like these membership cards and invited our neighbors and it was just so much fun playing in there with my brother and
Aw,
sister and my neighborhood friends.
I love that. I played in a chicken coop when I was a
Did
child
you?
too, but it was an active chicken coop with the chickens, which
Oh,
probably was
wow.
not the smartest thing in the world. So, okay, number 44.
Okay. What tradition have you carried from your family into adulthood? I think I know this.
Oh yeah, it's my grandmother's bunny cakes. So
Yeah.
many things. I do a lot of her traditions, but that's one of the big one because I've taught my daughter how to make these cakes, and they're simple, they're cheap, but I have made probably 1,000 of those things in my lifetime because I make them for friends and events. So the Granny Gibbs bunny cake.
Yeah.
Okay, so number 45. What's one author do you not write like?
No offense, but Stephen King.
But I love him. I love his actual stories. But yeah. Huh.
Yeah, I'm not really a fan.
Okay, 46.
Are you an early bird or night owl?
Early bird. I'm up every morning by 5 a.m.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, number 47. How many books do you read a year?
Probably I would say between like 25 and 30, sometimes a little bit more than 30. I tend to read an awful lot in the summer, and that is not counting the books that I read for school.
Okay.
Yeah, those are
Okay.
pleasure books.
So 48.
What's your go-to coffee or tea?
Coffee, 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 coffee.
How do you take your coffee?
Black.
Yeah,
Yeah.
me too.
Nothing fancy. Okay, number 49. How many books are on your bookshelf right now?
A lot. I don't have a number, but if I had to guess, I would say there's probably about 200 up there, and then I probably have another 100 downstairs.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah. How do you unwind after a stressful day?
This is going to sound weird, but I go on a walk. I do love walks. And if
Weird.
that doesn't work, a great glass of Chardonnay will do the trick too. What about you? Because this is our last question. What do you do?
Probably just honestly watching TV. That's like the last thing I do during the day. I'm not a day TV watcher at all. Like my TV never goes on in my house before probably 7 or 8 p.m.
Well, this was fun, Donna, and I hope it was
Yeah.
for our audience so you kind of get to know us outside of the podcast. And real quick, Donna, what's our next episode?
So our next episode, we're going to talk to 2 editors in the industry about all things editing, and also they have some books coming out. So I'm super excited to do that.
And as always, everyone, you can find us on Spotify, Apple, Amazon, YouTube, and check us out again on Instagram. And this was so much fun. And until next time, everyone.
Bye.
Thank you for joining us today. I'm Hope Gibbs.
And I'm Donna Norman Carbone. It's time for you to get to work.
We look forward to seeing you in 2 weeks with another tip from your author friends.